All I got was like a single brief look, and it said no data. Thanks, YouTube. Love you too. Not like I haven't had issues with YouTube. And they have the goal to be like, oh, would you like to participate in this creator survey? Oh, so you can choose to not listen to feedback? Because the last several times, I was like, good, why not? I'll participate. I've only seen my experience get worse. I don't know why I still continue to participate in the surveys if I'm not gonna do jack shit for it. Other than to maximize engagement, because fuck those that spend too much time ensuring that we don't use ad blockers. I think it's a terrible service, apparently. Even though it's one of the safest things you could be using to surf the internet. So much so that I forget it was the FBI or one of the government agencies one while ago actually suggested that users use ad block of some sort. And YouTube's out to be like, no, we want to support creators, but you're not going to actually make sure they're actually paid with the proper rate between the views and the ads that you're putting out there. Also, the fucking many guidelines saying this is on its own. They gotta cramp down the rules on people that hardly show that much visual content. But those go out the fucking window when it comes to your own advertisements. That was before we saw an influx of AI ads. So, no. It's full of shit. We know it's full of shit. Let's actually try to get this started before I go off get another tangent. I've been having a lot of those recently. It's not fun. Especially not fun when you don't exactly have the folks to actually listen to. Believe you me, it's going to be, I dare say, it's an interesting time to live in. I'd like to not be living through history, thanks. What's that? We're building in Auschwitz? I didn't realize we were in 1930s Germany. Oh wait, this is 2025. and we didn't learn a damn thing from World War II. Well, shit. English should be fine. What they want to say right now is one thing I'm gonna ask before we start is don't be shocked with how many times I entered through a floor. Because me and my complete lack of infinite wisdom as a kid thought it'd be a brilliant idea to spend a shit ton of time grinding before we actually start what might as well be the next party. So boy. Oh boy, did I actually not realize how much grinding I said that I think I would be setting myself up for. It's a whole lot. My idiot. Oh, good God Almighty. Once, just once, I would like to have one of these occurred that's not a recording violently, that doesn't have scuff. I feel like even when I, back in 2022, when I was getting back into, when I was actually trying to get back into attempting to stream again, it was scuff. Trying to make an attempt to make an avatar, like a V2 model, there was scuff. Attempting to ensure that the camera and microphone stuff was all look itself. But I think there's actually a problem with the controller. There might actually be a problem with the controller. Hell. Oh no. Said once I would like for this to not be scuffed, because bad enough that I delayed this a year off of where I originally wanted to. Hell. Give me a moment. Oh my god. Can I just say that me switching over from Windows to another OS can happen soon? Holy shit! Like, I'm actually getting pissed off. It's not even the end of service, like end of support from Windows 10 yet. And they're trying. I shouldn't say they're trying desperately, but it really does feel like they, like, especially with each passing update, they're really trying to make sure you update to Windows 11, which I don't. make the switch to Linux on my laptop, and that's been actually doing pretty well. The thing that I yet to test out for my laptop is like any emulation stuff, which is mainly one. I have a feeling I have a much better shot at having compatibility with that. As much as I'm used to Windows, like the later years of me using Windows, especially Windows 10, I'm just having issues. Issues that don't seem to have a concrete solution. No matter how much I at least attempt to try and troubleshoot. There's a shit ton of troubleshooting that goes on between then and now. And I still have issues. Apparently I'm just not lucky with technology. That's the lesson I'm learning. It sucks. Oh my god, it sucks. I have a minute to I understand. My apologies. But I was not expecting this much of an issue with just getting this sorted. But I thought it was going to take like a few minutes. Okay. There's enough fussing about on my end. Also, realize it's me. Whoops. I still don't know what to talk about because it's currently at a 10 for. We'll call it a console. But like any louder, and it's just gonna be blasting volume right into my headphones. Actually, I think I might actually be too low. Just a little bit. That's 6 hours 52 minutes. That's a far cry from when I last left off. And you'll be shocked to know that that grinding did not go to Steve. As much as I really wanted to before I started this. No, it went to this. And this. I did improve the core. That's like the only thing I did with Steve. But everything else was just those weapons. Because I wasn't sure how long it was going to take. Part of me really wants to. Well, I could just do the next chapter of Steve. That's another thing. And despite this being chapter 2, I didn't really go back and get the other pictures yet. Because I don't believe I need to yet. As much as I would love to show off some of the other stuff that Steve can have. Especially since, yeah, by the time you actually would get stuff like the samurai arms and stuff, you're probably going to have much better stuff than what you can actually make in between then and now. That's a thing. That's very upsetting. Oh. I realized, oh wait, the fucking barrel engine. Too bad I don't have the rolling parts. Let alone indeed anything else. And yes, this is still as molasses. In the next type of feat you actually get for Steve isn't even the roller feat, which is what I actually use. it's the fucking caterpillar ones. It's tank ones. It's the bottom feet of a tank. Too bad they're just as old as the feet is. You don't get the kick stuff in. I don't even get the kick with it. It just makes moving around a bit easier to maneuver around. But as I mentioned previously, it's not gonna be the last time mentioning Isaac until we actually get it. I'm still holding out for the propeller race. And this motherfucker, which I've only seen a couple times off camera, because you want to know what I was hoping to actually get at some point with this?
Very good.
A coin.
Here you are.
As of recently, it's only been either crystals, which granted I do kind of need. I'm not sure how efficient it is to use just the materials. Probably more efficient because they're a shit ton cheaper. You'll see why once we get there. But given that you're getting 60% off of the points you're synthesizing from a weapon, and you're getting more points per synthesized point you're getting from the crystal than you are from the material. In the long run, I find myself just using crystals rather than the materials that would normally be needed for like the armor. Because when I saw that there's 3 points per crystal and only 2 points for like a roll, I figured, why would I use the mats again? Because they're cheaper to buy. Well, yeah, they're cheaper to buy. But if you're already going through the dungeon multiple times, getting Gilda, and selling stuff to get Gilda in the first place anyway, especially by the time you get to the later parts of the game where you are going to get a lot more Gilda throughout. Yeah, I'd much rather just use the pistols. And then use the materials for like the adventure and stuff when I actually need them. And there's gonna be a lot of them. A lot of inventions. I'm not gonna be making all of them. Because, as I mentioned, stuff like the banded dressing. What's up? Need a banded coin, which, unless you're lucky with the drops, you're only getting them from Spadum. I fucking hate Spadum. Okay, I haven't mentioned it, I fucking hate golf. Aside from the fact that it's a boring ass sport. I've been good at it myself anyway. And how nice it is. But yeah, mostly just hoping to actually show a bit more of the customization with Steve, because I didn't really do too much on my own time with Steve. It's mainly just like, okay, which one's better? That one? Okay, cool. Plop that in. Oh, you don't have the capacity? Okay, get the experience to upgrade the cores. And never buy the voice box. Because as it turns out, I learned this, unfortunately. Double checking to make sure I didn't miss anything. I thought it was going to be like the fucking Steve Slingshot, just putting out relevant information. No! He just has random clips he'll say every now and then. And outside of the random ass grunts when you get hit, it's basically fucking nothing was noted. Shame. Because Steve was actually one of my favorite parts of the game, is when you actually get Steve. I don't know if they get the synth plates phone, because I didn't realize that it goes to your currently equipped weapon. And unfortunately, the only thing I didn't look up, which I did, is if it's actually scripted. Because imagine you got to this point in a dungeon and you already have a drill wrench. It's like, oh wait, you already have a decent enough weapon. Okay, no sense points for you. You already know what you're doing. Good luck out there. You're 60. It's probably not going to be the only time that happens either. Because I really want to make sure I don't miss it. Wow, okay. He still does it anyway. Yes, you have a giant fighting mech on your side. You still have a weak-ass weapon. Sorry, here's your points. Yes, we understand how this works. Like, outside of how synthesizing works, it's more or less the same as it was. Yeah. Whopping 6 points. So anyway, I was building up to a drill wrench. Let's say you did get just a random ass drill wrench. It'll just have the bare minimum stats it would need to build up to it. Which, given that it's a level 2 weapon for max, is actually kind of low. Hate to say. Kinda hate to think. I hate even more is the fucking scoop for this fucker. You need to take a picture of it as it's going out of its hole. And I don't think I need to explain why that's horrendous to take a picture of. He's always in his hole unless you're either close to him or you bait him to jump. And former, you're pretty much gonna get hit anyway. Oh, motherfucker, he actually did do it. There we go. Emily over here is no fucking problem. Also, it's just gonna be them doing certain poses or them doing certain motions or attacks that you have to picture of. That's why I didn't bother doing one for the fucking clown robot. Because what, I'm gonna use the fucking clown parts for Steve? And make the fucking cosmetics for Max? I don't think about it. I wouldn't be surprised if someone in the positive development was like, would either put that in as kind of a joke, or was really into clowns before that, whatever the fucking name was in Ace Attorney. Very weird. That's another thing that if you catch that shit could do. But I'm not sure how interesting it would be to do a visual novel. Any of the Ace Attorney games as fun as great as they are. Or even what? Oh, I know who it is. It's the fucking tree. I was saying Ace Attorney, any of the Professor Layton games as well. So it mainly goes to how interesting you do. I'm not sure how much an interest it would be. Especially given that majority of the time that I'm doing stuff is like what? RPGs, like a puzzler here and there, action adventure. I can't, right? Oh my god, can I just remind me? because I was actually talking about this with a certain student. But I was actually checking up on the store page for Monster Hunter Wild. It's like, okay, that's some time has passed. What's the sentiment behind Wilds at this point? Oh, overwhelmingly negative. It's like, holy shit. I don't think I've ever seen that for a Monster Hunter game. Like, even if it was for like the first generation of Monster Hunter, I do not think it would have gotten overwhelmingly negative, despite how much jank there is in first gen Monster Hunter. That's how bad it is for Wilds. And the thing I was actually hyped for at some point or another was like, okay, I was willing to like suck up the $70 price tag. It's Monster Hunter. I can save up for that at some point. I'll wait for a sale. Yeah, that seems stupid. Overwhelmingly negative? And then you read some of the reviews and it turns out that there's really not much of a need to like craft stuff. You know, crafting new armor and weapons in a Monster Hunter game where the sole gameplay loop is hunting monsters. You're making stronger equipment from the monster parts you have to hunt stronger monsters. You use those stronger parts to get to have a better shot at hunting those monsters. And they somehow fuck it up. Like how? That's all I can really think is how. I wish there was like some kind of comparison to Monster Hunter that could be made. I can only really think of like Soul Eater for some sort of direct comparison. And I wish I was joking. Because there really isn't that many games, if at all, that are remotely similar to Monster Hunter. And I kind of wish there is. Especially for folks like me, who isn't that too big of a fan of modern Monster Hunter. I mean, shit, my favorite titles have been 3 Ultimate, 4 Ultimate, Generations Ultimate. All of which were classic Monster Hunter titles. All of which have been released on the 3DS. Which, as it happens, is currently undergoing some issues with conservation, especially with the cartridges. Yeah, no. All it does is point to a recipe of disaster. Recipe for disaster. Yeah, I really wish I kept that Bastard Sword. We actually see some rain now. No, it's fucking. I kind of wish I realized this throughout the whole, but I was like, there's no weather. Like, despite having this day and night cycle, despite having all of these, like, intricacies with the dungeons and whatnot, you would think there would be something to do with weather, but there just isn't any. And it's not like the weather really do much either, it's just a visual effect. You know how much I would love if the weather actually affected combat? Really, it would probably be a pain in the ass, especially if you have a weapon that primarily has a fire element. Like, uh-oh, you're dealing 50% less damage because you're using a fire element. Or you get boosted damage from, like... That was... Space? I don't think we see snow either. Because imagine if it snowed as well, you get a buff to your ice elements. I think you can select elements in this game anyway. It's all kind of meshed in together with your weapon. Which is especially upsetting because, you know, the one character that uses magic can't switch up the elements of her own fucking magic. It's mainly depending on which magic stat is highest. smile or not. Is that the last of that just reminds me of a bit that's coming up in the next chapter. You know who's the only character that can boost your business points for classics? The very same character that's only available in chapter 3. Because she's only there for the duration of that chapter. Once she's gone, you don't have her. No putting her in a village, no putting her in, like, in a reserve train, nothing. That makes it especially annoying, considering that the blaster is probably going to be the only weapon type that's going to be a pain to raise. Because of the fact you don't really have a character that gives you like any bonus effect for it. What's that? You want to have an easier time grinding out your weapons? Well, you're only going to have that for like 3 of the 4 weapon types you have. You don't get anything from Steve, you don't get anything from monster transformations, even though they suck anyway, so why bother? And you pretty much only get like a limited time one for your last ones. Outside of that, you can go ahead and kick rocks, friend. You're not getting any. Oh. Yeah, remember when I said that it's the first time I tried to play this playback was game over? This is the second time I got a game over. And I didn't save them. No, I did not. Made that a beautiful lesson to learn. The thing that makes this even funnier, right? The thing that makes this even funnier. In the back of my mind, I was going to bring up the fact that, you know, I'm so used to having auto saves. And then look at it, it's like, oh, wait. Right, there is no auto saves. Better hope you save before each floor, because if something like that happens, you're kind of fooled. I don't know if that's a lesson to be fucking paranoid every time I go to a dungeon or to be extra cautious so that shit like that doesn't happen again. What's that? There are rival powders? Well, sorry, you don't get that until at least chapter 5. Or earlier if you're doing Spade. And I say chapter 5 because that's pretty much the earliest, unless you're using photo albums, then you're going to be making the adventure for it. The camera. What's that? You need to lock onto a target, and then it goes to another target automatically because you're locked onto one you already killed? Yeah, that's we were doing so well too. Then that happened. Thankfully, at least after now, it's not going to take too long to get back to where it was. And imagine if that was like, pretty sure it's not, right? The fucking volcanic mountain, where enemies are quite a bit stronger than the rest of the game up until that point. And the strongest units that you're gonna have is Steve. And it especially sucks because at one point in the chapter, spoiling what happens, but at one point in the chapter you just have Max. So if he's dead, you're pretty much just gonna get a game over. Best hope you don't. Forehead advice. The best hope you can do is just don't die. Just don't get it. Really? You can't get to that? I was about to say. Forehead advice. Just don't get hit. That's upsetting. But even when I was just doing like some own time going to this blind, I don't think there's been a single time that I've gotten the game over. There's been a multitude of times I've gotten close. It's mainly because I was being so fucking careless I couldn't give two shits what was happening on the screen. Because like, I was strong enough to take out enemies in like 3 hits. Or within a full combo at least. I'm fine. I got it under control and then I damn nearly died because there's no invincibility frames on certain attacks. Especially for like multi-hits. You're gonna see why in probably the later floors for a certain element enemy. But like, yeah, no, you don't get any iframes. It's like you get hit during the multi-hit. And there goes like 20, 30 HP of your health. That's unfortunate. No one else would have helped with me going through the Monica. Actually, trying to use, if I was actually going to be using a blaster, actually give some goddamn attention to it. Instead of just trying to switch back and forth between the base slot and the blaster. That would have helped. Or I could have just kept the fucking Master Sword. You know, the weapon I was building up for the Sin Spear. I was like, I'll be fine without it. Completely forgets that one of your characters is sealed off for one of the floors. If not multiple. Enjoy. Funny enough, though, as well, and I'm pretty sure this isn't until the next chapter as well. Funny that. But on the Dark Cloud one, there's actually an item you can use to break a seal. That's what we don't have yet. And won't have until chapter 3 at the earliest. And I'm pretty sure it's like 2,000 Gilda anyway. Which, granted, 8,400 Gilda, I think we're fine. I think we're okay. Yeah, let's just be a lesson to actually save. Yeah. Dipshit. How about you don't fucking die to a snapping turtle this time, yeah? Oh, I forgot I could skip this. It doesn't look like a cutscene you could skip, but you can. And it never processed to me that you could skip it, because it's text-based. It doesn't... You generally wouldn't be able to like skip text-based like cutscenes like that. Normal cutscenes you can, but that's... Oh, wait. That also means I have to retake the picture. Oh yes, that's a pumpkin, is it? that totally looks like a pumpkin. I'm not gonna bother with you. Fuck you. Part of me wants to just completely go to the floor because I'm still upset about with that fucking game over. Holy shit. And if I am going to be doing grinding with Steve, it's going to be off screen anyway. So, and we're not getting geostones yet either. That's not until the 4th floor. Yeah, after the 4th floor, because that's where you get all the fucking dwarves as it were. I mean, if we're going with the Snow White comparison, it might as well be the 7 dwarves. Right, let's try that again. This time with feeling, this one with less failure, this time without tearing my goddamn eyes out, because I wasn't paying attention to my health bar. Oh yes, that's clearly what I'm looking at. Is that a camera? A camera that automatically locks onto the next thing even though you're nowhere near it. Easy. Oh wait, you know what I could do? Again, would have been the case if I kept my master sword. I did. No, he auto-turns. That's what fucking killed me. It was like, oh, I'll just do a charge attack, that'll be fine. Auto-turns directly toward me. And deals 50. Either that or he just auto-turns. No more weapon breaks. Man, if only we had like a weapon durability system where your weapon breaks and you permanently lose the weapon durability. That certainly doesn't remind me of another thing. Or another game in the exact same series. That actually showed you have to make sure that your weapon is healthy. Because otherwise the only thing is losing... Actually, I don't even remember what you lose. I mainly know that you lose a bit of your abs, but that's about it. Abs that are not that hard to come by. Abs that you can very much just go through an entire floor and regain anyway, so... At that point, what the fuck's the point? This is one of the few things I actually do prefer to talk about one of this. As much as I love this one. Like, if you're gonna go out of your way to make it so that it's not very punishing when your weapon breaks, you might as well just not have a weapon durability system. Just have it, or at the very least have it so that there's a stronger penalty besides losing the weapon that you've broken. Because I don't know if you noticed, there's no option to unequip your weapon. Actually, to be fair, the first one didn't either, but... Oh, there's a coin. A coin that, in fairness, you can also buy. But I'm more shocked I actually got it from a random chest shop more than anything. You know what I was expecting? The fucking jester to give you a key. Which has happened multiple times in my previous playthroughs of this. Because imagine, because I think the one that I would probably be the most happy about is if I got an experience point. It's like, oh my god, that's so much grinding taken off right off the bat. But no. No, we get a coin that we can actually just buy. And we're not too far off from buying it either. Also. Yeah, not too far from buying it either. So, like, again. You missed. How could you miss? He was 3 feet in front of you. Sad point is like, it has probably been over a decade since the last scene. And that's probably one of the things I quote the most. More than any song in the movie, more than any other line of dialogue in the movie as well, that was also very recognizable. Because it feels the most applicable, because, like, you were right in front of the bastard and you still managed to miss. I swear, I don't know when, but stuff like that is probably gonna get me killed. The fact that it just auto turns around the camera. And if I have to guess which part of it is gonna be killed, it's gonna be killing me. The Zell might be nice. Especially in one of the floors that has multiple boss enemies at the end of a dead end. But each enemy shares a health bar. And because it doesn't really have for some reason for that particular boss fight, I won't say this one. The lock on camera gets really janky as to what you're actually aiming for versus who you're trying to target. God help you if you're trying to separate from the group as they're chasing you around fucking Benny Hill style. If there's any solace, we won't get to until much later. Just know that it's probably not gonna be. No, I didn't get the story. Just know that it's probably not gonna be all that grand when we do. You know, if it doesn't become a cakewalk by then. Because by then, chances are Steve's probably gonna be the strongest unit you have. I say it's, you know, like it's a strategy game. I can't even say character because it's technically a part of Max. Yes, slowly turn around me as I pause for an eternity. Just turn around and automatically doubles to you. Okay, take your time. There's no rush. We're only moving very slowly. I say as I'm speaking to a tortoise. A tortoise that cost me a game over, mind you, but a tortoise nonetheless. So who you blocking here? Oh. Oh wait, you don't have one. You're full of bones. Well, rather you are bones. Hold them. Oh. Was it 226 in the human body? The 200. God, I don't remember. And it's sad that I don't remember because biology was one of my more favorite topics in science. Besides chemistry, you know, aside from the fact that the chemistry teacher that I had, or one of them, was an absolute chore. You have to. Former college professor, yet he manages to make it the most boring thing to slog through. And it's kind of sad. Like, how the hell are you gonna make one of the most interesting topics in science and make it boring? How are you gonna make one of the more interesting topics in science and make it boring as all get out? Like, actually, no, I actually like history. But even as much as I like history, it makes some of the parts in history that I didn't like and makes it more interesting and by comparison. That's how bad it was. Boring it was probably the only class in school that I somehow managed to find my way to sleep through. It wasn't math. I fucking love math. It wasn't language arts or English. Much as I sucked at it at the time, but I got better. It wasn't science. Most of science. It wasn't history. It wasn't Spanish or French, but I took that because French was actually interesting. None of that put me to sleep. Fucking chemistry. Goddamn crime. And chemistry is fucking cool. Holy shit. Apologies. I don't recall if I actually locked that up at any other point in time. So I figured I might as well put it now. But I do recall mentioning some parts of the school. Unfortunately, I did not mention any about me falling asleep through it. Because I was at least interested in the topics they discussed. So anyways, we started fishing.
Hey, there they are! The whole lot of them!
Hold on. Something's up.
Huh?
Oh yes, you can tell just by
something
looking.
weird's going on. Let's try talking to them.
Well, okay.
Too bad I'm only interested in talking to one of them. I'll see. Oh my gosh, I just thought of something funny when I was actually going through this multiple times. Because I didn't realize what had happened until after I was skipping a
Everyone's
cutscene.
gone all weird. The fish aren't biting. What a drag.
What happened to him?
Beats me. I got separated from my three buddies, and when I saw them again, they were like that. They won't go anywhere, you see.
Oh gee.
So I'm just killing time with a little fishing.
It didn't. Oh, okay.
Although,
I
you
forgot
know
to
what?
ask.
I'm pretty thirsty. You wouldn't have something to drink now, would you? Something smells good, that's for sure.
Oh gee.
Ah, this'll do nicely. Just what I wanted, thanks. Here, you can have my rod. Take some time for fishing.
No.
It'll clear your head.
Hey, please, for the love of God, use better phrasing.
Come back any time if you run out of bait.
Since we're making comparisons, somehow I actually prefer fishing in Dark Cloud 1 over this. Despite how much better it is to understand, and how admittedly less bullshit it is for fishing. Because Dark Cloud 1 is like, oh, you got a bait, here's a fish. Oh, there goes throwing the bait. Oh, sorry, you missed it by like a millisecond. You lose the bait.
Hey, isn't that Master Utan?
Who does damn near absolutely nothing.
You know that thing? Is it safe
Doesn't
to
even
go
fight
closer?
us.
Yeah, it's all right.
Which,
He's
to
a
be
pretty
fair,
well-behaved
because he was
monster.
angry
He
is all
doesn't
that
hurt people. But it looks like something's wrong with him. Is he okay? What's the matter? Are you hurt?
Humans, Don't see them every day.
Gee, I wonder
Now
why.
that I think about it, there was another half-pint bumbling around earlier.
Also, I don't remember if I watched this before. That's
This
not the voice I
forest started to
expected
get nice and
someone
crowded
with this
these days.
creature stature to have a voice of.
Never mind that. You look like you're in pain. What happened?
It's pitiful, really, but I was awful hungry, and somehow got my hands on the forbidden fruit.
And
When
tell
I
me you couldn't
did,
tell the
my
difference
whole body
between
just up and
between
froze
any
like
old forbidden
this,
fruit and a poison
and
apple.
I couldn't move. My fault for messing with the Holy One's food. I'll bet the Holy One must be pretty ticked off right about now.
And by that he means a very vain fucking fish. Whose only
So you
attractive
ate one
bait
of
is
these,
poison
huh?
apples.
It's a poison apple. No wonder you don't feel so good. Never mind. Don't worry. You'll feel better after
Funny
you rest
enough,
for a
getting
while.
fishing points for Dark Knight 1 was easiest because of the fucking
By
poison
the way,
apples.
who's this Holy One?
The Holy One is a great
Because
fish
at a
who's
minimum you
brought
get like
happiness
what,
to this
120,
forest.
180 fishing points, so 200. That's already gonna get you like a gem or two.
A holy fish?
Monica, maybe this has something to do with those three back there.
Aha! I think I'm starting to understand now. This Holy One must have bewitched those three somehow. I bet the
Didn't make
Holy
a joke
One is
that the
really a
reason why I
big
don't
fish
want to act
monster.
looking at the pounds because he already kind of acts like one, you know, insert RPG protagonist being slow here.
Well then, Master Utan, where can we find this Holy One?
Didn't you see a big old swamp on your way here?
Seems everyone is kind of slow.
They say the Holy One lives in that swamp. I haven't seen him myself yet.
You know, so I don't know who the fuck it is.
Swamp, huh? Yes, I think so.
Yeah, I remember.
Let me see. A big fishy monster named the Holy One that hangs out in the swamps bewitching people. This ought to be fun.
Let's go check it out.
Right. Thanks, Master Utan. You've been a big help.
But they don't pick up
Hey,
the fucking
don't
apples.
forget to mind your manners when you're dealing with the Holy One.
I wish I was kidding. Yeah, 'cause they pick it up. I don't remember if they pick it up during or. But I distinctly remember. I was going through this second playthrough. I skipped the cutscenes that I was already watching all the cutscenes. I was skipping through them. Didn't realize that I hadn't already picked up the apples. I was like, oh, fuck. I don't have any. So I had to go back out, get poison apples in the dungeon,
don't we try
and come
fishing
back and
out?
fish.
Huh? Fish it out?
Well, we've got a fishing rod. We know the Holy One likes poison apples.
Well, you say you're gonna just chuck your
And we've
apples
got
in the...
plenty of bait.
Oh, I do.
Let's give it a try. Go on now, try it.
Too bad the type of fish that it is only attracted to poison
okay.
apples. Oh, and by the way, only Mac can fish. Oh boy, it certainly will suck. I already forgot. You don't even go through the whole motion of fishing, you just go straight to a cutscene. Normally stuff like that would give you like a rundown on how fishing works. Besides a text box. Disgusting.
What's going on here? There's a hook stuck in my beautiful lips. Is this your doing? I won't forgive this.
That's beautiful, is it?
You're the one that made the little ones act so strangely. You must change them back.
Oh, what they are, they're phobits. We even referred to them as phobits when we started the chat though.
Oh yes, more victims of my beauty. Really, beauty can be a curse, you know.
Yeah, they're really stretching out beauty.
Anyway, why are you here?
I already told you. I want you to change those little furbits back to the way they were.
Well, such a thing would be quite simple, my dears. But nothing comes for free, you know. Business is business, and everything's business.
Oh boy, this is gonna be another pain.
With the fish hook in his fucking mouth.
So what do you want us to do?
Ooh, so the little boy understands too. Listen carefully then. I won't say this again. Mwah.
You know, unless it's recording.
As everyone knows, I'm very fond of beautiful things.
Yeah,
But
you
here's
yourself
the
are a
thing.
disgusting
Recently,
abomination.
You know,
I
I've
don't
become
believe-
a bit, well, dirty. Ooh, it's so embarrassing. But listen to this. There's a fish called the pristine fish that can clean up all the dirt from my body. So what I'd like you to do
Too bad
is
the only
go
thing they tell you
over
is just
there
fish
and
food.
catch it for me.
It doesn't tell you
You've
what
got
kind
all
of
that
bait
fishing
they're
gear,
attracted
so
to.
may
It
as
doesn't
well
tell you
use
where
it,
specifically
don't you
in the pond
think?
you have to fish for it. It just tells you to
Do
go
you get my
fish for it.
drift?
Good luck out there.
A pristine fish. Okay, and when we get it, we want you to return those 3 back to normal.
A whole lot of repeating yourselves, Bobby.
Yes, I know, I know. You don't have to tell a man twice.
What? You're a guy?
Him?
I'll be waiting.
You couldn't tell by the voice at all? Oh, jeez, alright. No, I'm not putting a fishing rod on. For some reason, you move slower when you're carrying a fishing rod. Like... You go from doing a basic run to jaunting around with a rod in your hands. Crazy, but... Like I said, no hints on what they use. No hints on I mean, besides this pond anyway. You just told go fish for it. Good luck. Right, how do you feel about big bass fishing? What's that? Fishing games are bored. Well, it's a bit of a shame that it's not the only time I had to fish. Will it be the last? Fortunately, my unfortunate experience with fishing in the game comes from none other than the big gulf that is Big the Cat. Because, you know, having an action-adventure platformer where you're moving around on platforms is the perfect type of game where you're going to be going around fishing. On a character that is slow as molasses. That is Big the Cat. Voiced by none other than John St. John. At least at the time that Sonic Adventure released. And whose voice has since changed. No boy has it changed. I still find it funny that the same voice actor that brought us Duke Nukem voiced Big the Cat. And this is what we brought it to us. Yeah, for some reason, Sega thought it'd be a great idea to make sure that we see Big the Cat and a lot of other shit. Even though I'm pretty sure a lot of people still fucking hate him. Like, seriously, I don't think there's a single soul, even in this current day and age, that likes Big the Cat in any capacity. Anyways, we got the fish. You can even synthesize the fish. I actually forgot about that. That's kind of hilarious. No. Those Goofus fungus of the animation. And all I can hear is just that animation of Big the Cat. It was like, besides for being flogged. Yeah, that's sweet. He's three. Yeah, that was cool. How's he so big? The gigantism.
Bristling fish will kiss all the grime off my body and make me look stunning again.
Oh, as close to stunning as you can with such a fucking fish. Oh shit.
Right, you promised. Return those 3 to normal.
Oh yes, of course. Is this what you were after?
No, that's disgusting. I don't know why that was required.
So now those 3 are better?
Well, why don't you go have a look? Well, please excuse me. I wish you the best.
I've
Well,
never
he's
seen that
certainly
bastard again.
cheerful. I'll give him that.
Let's go and look.
Oh no, I actually did forget. You actually get a scoop for taking a picture of him. Oh shit. I actually forget. I actually forgot you actually get a scoop if you take a picture of him. And I'm pretty sure he's needed for the stamina drink. Hopefully I won't need to.
Hey!
How is everyone?
Oh, they suddenly returned to normal. I'm so relieved I can't tell you.
What in the world have I been doing? I
Sitting
can't
there doing
remember a
fuck
darn
all.
thing.
Last thing I remember, I was thirsty, and I drank some of that swamp water.
I
Don't
can't
you drink
remember
water
anything
from
past
swamp?
that either. What in the world happened to us?
You've all been under the Holy One's spell.
The Holy One? Who's that?
It's a fish monster that lives in the swamp. You guys almost ended up trapped here forever.
Oh, that's crazy.
It is, because it is.
Well, what are we going to do about Holly?
Oh, sure, we gotta look for Holly.
Hold on, guys. We should come up with a plan first. Let's go back to Sindane.
Wages out. You know, for some. Actually, I don't even think Master Usan's scoop is used for anything. I don't think. Oh yes, the fucking fish has a scoop where you can use stamina drinks, but not Master Utan, who's one of the few characters we actually see again. Still keeping that moon picture. Dory, you can escape the fucking game. Oh yeah, there's a thing I forgot you can do. I'm in it. I figured. I'm going to. That was another good thing, since even though this chapter where you start to learn about Giorama, you really don't have. Nope, it's not really a particularly long chapter. Now, there's a chapter after this that's particularly long, especially if you're grinding.
It's you! Is everyone alright? Boss!
We'll tell you everything late.
What about Holly? Where is she? Where's Holly? I am sorry, but Holly isn't anywhere. Okay, hold it a minute. Listen, you two,
Chances
now
around.
that we've got everyone together, it's time for us to hold up our end of the deal. In return, can I ask you two to go search for Holly for us? By the
Yes,
look
that's
of
what we
things,
did,
I guess
now.
Holly really did find
Never
that
mind the fact that we
legendary
have to
rainbow
restore the
butterfly.
entire fucking forest.
It must be true that all those who lay eyes on it never leave the forest again. The only way to find Holly is to find the rainbow butterfly
Except for those
first
four, who was
and
under the
fall
spell of
under
fish.
the same spell. And then, just break the spell, of course.
Rainbow butterfly, huh? I don't know. Do you really think it exists?
Alrighty, we got ourselves a deal.
He even
We'll
answered
help
the
you
question,
guys
okay.
out, and you go find Holly for us. Alright? All clear?
Okay, we'll try.
It's settled then. You better get a move on, lads.
And you know how we do Giovanna? Instead of just inexplicably going into another menu or an over, well, you'd still go for overview. But the way to explain Giovanna is that you're using a giant fucking robot. Which granted at least makes a bit of sense since you're not just going up above. Or,
What are they gonna
I guess
do?
just using Giovanna from your hand.
I have no idea.
What in the world's that noise?
What's that thing?
He says in literally a second before it appears on screen.
What the heck is that?
I don't know.
Great help.
Wow! Whoa!
I can't believe
Yeah,
it.
that's bullshit. You can't put two trees like that together.
This is just amazing! What an incredible machine! How
Like-
cool is...
Like, you would have to give each tree some sort of space before you can even put them together like that.
You like that, eh? With this thing, you can make anything you want. Plant trees, build houses, whatever.
You know, except for the fact that you need geostones to make it in the first place.
Truly amazing! Can I get on board?
Sure, by all means. This here is the control room for our pal, Carpenterian. This is the ultimate building machine, forged from all of the technology handed down through our fervent generations.
Yeah, for some reason it can make stuff out of metal.
Besides houses and buildings, it can build lots of natural things too, even trees and rivers.
Looks like
Don't
we
ask
can
us
bring
how.
back Jurak's origin point
You know,
with this.
besides digging up ditches and filling it with water somehow.
Hey, don't forget
Even
to
though we
find
don't see
Holly
any sort
for
of
us
water
now.
tanks.
Yes, we know.
Or any
that?
canteens that contain them too.
That's the reactor where you put the geostones.
Geostones?
Yep. Geostones are mysterious stones invented by the ancients. The geostones contain all the advanced knowledge of the ancient ones.
I mean blueprints.
Carpentarian
They're basically
is a
blueprints to how you're
revolutionary
making
machine
shit in
that
the
uses
first
the
place.
technology packed inside the geostones to make new things. When you put a geostone into the reactor, Carpentarian can store the data for building whatever's recorded on the geostone. That way, you can make new things. Just to warn you, even with the
Too
necessary
bad we don't know
data,
what is
some
actually
buildings can
made the
only be
geostones
built
in the
on
first
certain
place.
types of land.
Or how they're formed, or how information is stored inside of them.
I think it's like Monica said, someone changed the forest here. But if you collect geostones hidden in the forest, you just might be able to change this place back to the way it used to be.
It's a shame that
Sounds great.
we only see
We'll do it.
geostones after this point.
Let's go then, Monica.
You
Since,
bet.
since we don't really have
Counting
much
on
of
you to
it.
find Holly.
Max, look!
Huh?
It's a time gate. You can pass between this time and mine through this gate.
No, convenient, because it's also the same amount of time
You
that
just
we
use
actually
that
just see
stone.
this
You're
now.
at Lemuria.
What? You mean this red stone?
That's right. It's not just a
It used to
pretty
be a
rock,
green
you know.
stone,
It's
but
got
we needed
mystical
an
powers
excuse
that
to
let
have
you
two
pass
characters,
through
so we
time.
have two at Lemurians.
And the one I've
Technically
got is
three,
the
but
blue
that's
at Lemuria.
spoilers.
They each have their own powers. Red brings you to the future, and blue to the past.
And we never explain what the yellow one does.
With the two of them, you can use this gate to move back and
Just
forth
third one,
between
but again.
past and future. When we get Jurak's origin point back, we can use this gate to go see him.
Fortunately, what you're greeted with is empty space.
Hold it a minute. My father gave me this stone. Why did he have something like this?
They say an Atlamillia can pick who it wants to belong to.
Also, just realizing the song. Keep that in mind, because there's only a few times that it plays, and it plays all throughout Zelmite Mines, which is only the post game.
It must have picked your father.
And in turn, it picked you after you were born.
And then it picked you, Max.
Too bad we don't get an explanation until much later as to
What?
why.
Me?
Anyway, the main thing now is to get Jurak back. I bet Jurak can tell us all kinds of things. About Griffin, about the rainbow butterfly.
I guess you would know.
Now we've really got to get to work.
Too bad that the Jurok that we
We
currently
have to get
see is a
Sindane
wizard of
back into
Husk.
shape and bring back the great elder Jurak.
All right.
Yeah, about that. Yeah, about that. We don't really have anything that would pertain to Jurok. None of its eyes, not its nose, nothing. All we get is this withered out tree. And some rocks. Pretty sure it would just be a repeat tree. Yep. Yeah, I guess that's a chimney. And it's flickering grass. That counts. And a log. But you still get this view at least. And Shocker is still the fastest thing to move around in the map. Still can't quit yet. I actually forget when. I want to say it's like before you reach that intersection. Or right as you reach it. That would have been nice to actually double check. Because despite having notes on the Georama, because I did have to kind of make notes, especially pertaining to a certain glitch, I did not put any notes as to like the starting points of like recruits. I do have notes on it, it's just not when it would start. Okay.
Hey, you're back.
Master
He's
Utan,
supposed to be
you're
able to
looking a
stand
lot
up.
better now.
Sure.
No, he
I
does
just
not.
ate
He looks
something
the
I
exact
wasn't
same as he
supposed
did.
to, after all. I'm gonna be more careful from now on.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
By the way, we want to ask you a favor. We want to get through here. Do you think you can move that boulder for
It
us?
seems like the exact same favor we had that a certain other person
Oh,
asked him.
that piece of cake. Wait right here.
Except we don't get access to a brown blue village. or the moon people, which were rabbits.
Wow! Master Utan, you're so strong.
How about that? Guess I still got it. Ow!
Are you okay?
Oh boy, I've gone and sprained my back. I think I'll rest here a while. You go on ahead.
Maybe you should exercise a little more often. But thanks a lot. You really helped us out.
Right.
Or just
We'll
do
see you later.
stretches. That would work too. Yeah, because that's where the intersection starts. Too bad we won't access this until chapter 6. So we're just going in a straight line. This is a geostone? Is this a bird? It doesn't quite have the same energy, but still fun. Thank you. Thank you. I would be ready. They just kind of there. Maybe it's another experience for the next quarter. I actually don't know how much experience you would need in total to get all the upgraded cores. I do, however, know it's a lot more than the max amount of digits that are shown. Thank you, right? It starts out like 800, then 1400. I think like 1900 or 20,000, 2000, then like 3,500, 4,000, somewhere on the line until it reaches like 6,500. So as you're getting more upgraded cores, it gets a lot more expensive for the experience that you're using. And if you're going to be using Steve a lot, you're going to have a bunch of experience that you can use to burn. It's a shame that at least starting off, this is the pace you're doing it with. Very slowly. It's a leisurely slow. Cannot speak. It's a leisurely stroll in comparison. Let's just say that by the time you get the roller fleet, it's gonna feel a bit different than just walking around a little bit. Maybe we're doing a whole lot of walking. Or you could just get off the fucking mech and just walk around as Max. Ah, but man, if only we had something that could make it faster. Some sort of like, what was it again? A Grand Feather? Yeah, we have one of those, but that doesn't exist here. I'm being facetious, but I do miss the Grand Feather. Such a great way to like move around the map. Also, gonna have to do this again because I got a game over here. There we go. Damn it, please. Oh my gosh! And then that just happens where you land a hit on the fucker, and it just deals like 4 damage. I generally have no idea why. Hey, look at that, 2 medals. And I'll be honest, mean fuck all to me. Wow, thanks. Like the last treasure I could have checked, and it's just a crystal. Please. Thank you. Oh, gee. I was gonna really bug me because I really wish I did. Because when you start to think, because you're gonna get like a cutscene. It's like, hey, one of the requirements is you have to bring the fucking gardener over, whose name escapes me. But it's like a sort of recruiting. You have to get the gardener. He has to get holy water, bring him holy water, and he joins you on the train on Blackstone 1. And that's pretty much what all the recruits is like. Once you get them, they're stuck in the train until you put them in a town. But if you want to keep them in a town, you would have to fulfill. Some ones will have certain requirements that you have to fulfill before they can migrate. I think that applies to pretty much all of them. They straight up, if you try to put them in any old house, they'll just tell you what their request is before you can actually put them in a house. In case you're wondering, let's say you have to get off the ride pod. Okay, then dismount me. You let me use everything else as the ride pod, including the fucking floor keys. But you can't dismount me for the geostones. Which is the only time, well, one of the only times you need to dismount. Besides exiting the floor. Where you would have to physically dismount yourself off the ride pod. I'm like, okay, then just dismount me on my own then. And then that just happens, where you just shoot 2 shots at once. Again, I get to understand how or why. It kind of just does it. No amount of mashing does it. Well, no amount of mashing does anything. No amount of changing targets does it. It just kind of happens. Honestly, if I did understand, it would probably make using the range weapons a lot more fun. Because otherwise, you're just shooting your shot one at a time, at a time, at a time, at a time. It's probably one of the things that one of the few things I don't like about using the guns. The other is the fact that your best range, option, being the Nova Cannon, which you don't get until Chapter 4, it's also really slow to recharge. Unless you do a certain glitch, which I'm hoping I don't need to. Mainly just to show it off, but let's just say it becomes a machine gun laser. And also the point in time when I learned that there are actual speedruns of Dogtown 2. I haven't watched any of them. Maybe I should, just to see what kind of shit you can do in those games. Because I'm morbidly curious how they break these games apart. Funny enough, the main thing that RPGs tend to break a lot when it comes to speedrunning, it's the menus. If you've seen any Pokemon speedruns, especially. Like, how the hell are you gonna have an RPG that's broken by just pressing back on a menu? Looking at Pokemon, the original release of Pokemon Green. Fucking miracle Pokemon got past the first generation at all. That's how fucking buggy it is. If this happened in any other series, that would probably be a death sentence for that series. Not for EO Pokemon. Their standards are below ground level. Or it'll be below ground zero. It would be in fucking hell is what I'm getting. And yet, 9 generations later, it's like 3 decades later. And they still don't seem all that keen on what makes a good game. Because for every step forward they take several steps backwards. What do you mean you're taking away the option to turn off the experience center? What do you mean I have to deposit every single other Pokemon just so the experience goes into one of them? What do you mean you got rid of the set shift mode options? That's like one of the main things that made Nuzlocke's like fun. Yeah, that was weird. All the conveniences you're making. Whenever you make conveniences, you take away some of the options that make the game fun. That actually made it a challenge to get through. Oh, that I guess. Oh no, Monica's over. Anyway. Yeah, I say that, but Monica's actually... Literally the only thing is the monster transformation. Sure, kick the rock onto a pixie that you missed. But like... How many got... But like... The reason why I wanted to get to the base is so I can actually start grinding up a sword. Which is actually... I don't know that the sword is actually one of my favorite weapons in this. Especially considering that Max gets access to the wrenches / hammers and a literal gun. His neutral beat, he uses a gun. Joker he is not, but he has a gun still. That becomes a laser beam. Or a machine gun. Or a grenade launcher. Or something to that effect. I'm pretty sure it's a grenade launcher. And then it just becomes one of those, becomes a cannon. Actually, no, the laser will still kick ass at him. Because of how much damage it deals. Hell, when, like, in this very chapter is like 100% completion for the Giorama. The reward that Max gets is infected, is called the Giraffe Gun. It's a laser. And it's not the sun, which is also a deadly laser. Not anymore, because it's a blanket. I want to say it's this. No, it probably helps if I actually exit out of the dungeon and check. Instead of taking shitty guesses like, no. That reference has made too many times, and insert random guessing with Simon's Quest, even though we're nowhere near playing a Metroidvania. Playing an RPG though, which, granted, for Castlevania isn't until like Symphony of the Night. What would it be? What would it be? Dracula's Curse? I don't remember. But at least though in Dracula 3, you do get multiple playable characters. Also the debut of Alucard. And oh guys, that also just reminded me, because I actually forgot. There's actually a, what's the problem? It actually just brought to my memory that there's actually another Bloodstained game that, at the very least, is under development. It's like, oh, that's awesome. I actually like Ritual Tonight. And I was actually trying to get back to it, except with mods. Because, of course, it's on PC. So, like, I don't know what it is nowadays. It's like, I get in the middle of a playthrough and I just randomly stop. That's been happening with a lot of games, and I kind of wish I had an explanation for it. Besides the fact that I'm kind of just waiting on my interest quite a lot. Because there's things that I used to do a lot as hobbies. I kind of just stopped doing them. Like learning the piano, drawing, which I do want to get back to at some point because I actually love drawing. But a lot of hobbies that I used to pick up on, I just stopped doing them because it kind of stopped being fun and felt more like I kind of felt self-conscious about it. And I probably shouldn't. I really should, because, like, it's whatever. But, like, it feels upsetting. Especially since I need some form of escapism besides what I'm doing now. Oh, is it the cutscene? Yeah, it is the cutscene. I could have just left. I could have just left and we could have gotten the cutscene. I just didn't. Oops. I don't think it's the one that would actually be. Because this is just going over how Giolama works. Listen, I know how Giolama works, thank you. I played at least one city builder. Granted, even when I started off with... Oh, sorry, gotta download the latest patch, hold up. Oh, right, because we got all the other shit. Whoops. So, we're kind of going over the menus. You want to move us a bit? Okay. Oh, so I just got the fucking play on words. It's pollen. This is the part where you would think the creative bit would actually come in. Because unlike Dark Cloud 1, where you had set pieces you had to work with, you can just build shit, provided you had the materials for it. But, yeah, I'm still not used to it. Much as I try to make it like an actual village, I am not, I'm not what they would call one to be attuned to city buildings. even in Dark Cloud 1, I would kind of have a reference on what the villagers actually wanted based on the request. It's mainly because they were very specific on what they were asking. Most of the time. Some of them were very vague. But even then, you kind of understood what you needed to do. Here was kind of like, here's the analysis. Here's the stuff that you need to do. But you also actually need to have, like, the geostones to show you some of this shit. And some of the later ones will require you to have a certain number of culture points. And the highest the requirement is 100. That's gonna be fun when we get to that. Can I really gonna make me take it one at a time? I don't even need the rocks. I think the most that I need is what? Pots and torches? And that's another thing. It's like I'm basing it based on the minimum that I actually need to fulfill the requirements, instead of actually building a whole ass village, which is something that Dark Cloud kind of makes sure that you do, so you can actually get everything completed. Here you could just do the bare minimum and it'll still count. And I'm not sure how I feel about that. Like, you're gonna give me all these pieces. And you're only gonna make me build, like, a certain number of stuff. Like this wooden stand. You think I need this wooden stand for anything? No. Or the stairs. Or the benches. The fences you do. The shed, I want to say, no, you don't need the shed either. Purpose test is already here. And you don't need the rocks, the logs, or the grass for anything. Like, there's a lot of stuff you get that you actually don't need. But they give it to you anyway to kind of mix up how you're building up your villages. And you don't need a good portion of them. I want to say like 30% of them you don't need. Well, we don't quite have all the stuff we need yet either. So, we're not going to be building it. Yet. And I was right, it was the intersection that you actually... Because I didn't even realize, because it's like, you don't even get the clue that you need like a key for it. It just shows you on the map, it's like, yeah, no, you can't go here. Yeah, it's 2000. Yeah, you can't just go here again. It's just called Caterpillar. Useless. I'm half tempted just to get it so you have different parts, but it's not any faster. It really isn't. There we go. Still looks like a makeshift robot though, because it is. And this is where the bastard will be if the actually makes stuff. Oh, but man, if only there was an invention that we could have gotten that actually required logs. But I can't put my finger on it. Let me look again. Oh, I can actually make it. Yeah, I was remembering. Rather than a shit ton of scrap metal that I used. But we have a better energy pack. That's the most important part. Too bad it's not that much better. An extra 40 points. It's gonna be a while before we actually have a robot that actually looks like a robot. and not just a giant barrel on legs. Or what can be considered legs. One embarrassing. I had multiple points to save and we still got a game over. Oh gee, I wonder what the snake is. It couldn't be an enemy that used to be a mini-boss. That was primarily a quick-time event. Being facetious, of course it is. This one's tough. That multi-hit. Fucking hate it. Picture of cans or potatoes, any sort of bean, anyway. But yeah, exactly. You fucking actually preoccupied with a snake, 2 fire elements, in an intersection that I can't do shit with. Hey. Get a dick. Fucking making me get a serpent hunter just to kill you. Or you can just keep charging. Or you can keep charging. Thank you. No, it's a fucking placebo effect. I was thinking, wait, is it actually faster? No. Well, gee. Can't get any farther yet. We can't until chapter 6. I don't know why you're saying yet, as if it can come back here anytime soon. Or does it tell you that you need a specific key item? Nah, we'll just tell you we can't come back here. Sorry. Go kick rocks. Oh wait, you can't because you're on caterpillar legs. But yeah, look at that. That's what happens when your weapon breaks. Basically nothing, so what's the point? Oh. That's another thing you do. You can kind of just free aim, but when you free aim, you're just kind of shooting forward. So you can't exactly shoot upwards or downwards. So if there's an enemy that's below your fucking kneecaps, sad to say, tough shit, you're not hitting them. Especially if you're using stuff like the machine gun arm or the... What's it called again? The launch pad arms? Launch pod arms? The ones where you shoot fucking missiles. I think it's just called a missile pod. But like, yeah. You're not hitting anything unless you're locked on. And that applies to every single gun. Because if you're not locking on, you might as well have Stormtrooper aim. I do mean literally. It basically just feels like you're in a Star Wars movie. Not hitting a single damn thing. I think that's probably going to be the most fun. the funniest is that there's gonna come a time where it's like, oh yeah, I got a shit ton of experience with Steve. Now I got the next level core. Oh shit, my weapons are neglected. Because I spent this entire time getting Steve experience while doing fuck all with the wrenches, the guns. Not that I've been doing much with them anyway. The swords and the bracelets. So that's just extra time grinding light. Also, Steve can actually just get stuff that he needs and not worry about capacity. Which, by the way, is still going to be an issue because there's a certain combination of parts where you're actually going to be over capacity. Going to be over the capacity of it. And you can't equip all the best parts. You can probably guess which one they are. Oh, look, a medal. If I'm not mistaken, I think we're coming to the part where I actually start my first blind playthrough. Because, like, yeah, I'm not sure if I want to continue doing this blind. It's actually going to be an issue if I do that. Especially considering how much I've already missed by this point. Okay, let's see. Well, look. Oh wait, no, I have to actually download the patch, excuse me. Gotta download the 1.0.3 patch. Hardcore bitch. Would you be shocked to know that you also don't need to build the bridges? Because you actually don't need to build the bridges. There we go. That's what we actually do. And now for the... Yeah. As an immigrant, and not have to deal with the bullshit immigration policy or any sort of paperwork that would follow through with immigration, or any of the hurdles that you would be facing. I say that as I'm planning to live abroad at some point. Oh dear. Oh me, oh my. Why forget? Guess where we're going back to? This will get some pictures while we're here because there's a lot. Oh boy, is there a lot. Just a singular book. Wow, two fucking things that are just a figure. Eight. Look. Oh, but the cobweb isn't one. My bad. Pretty sure one of them is just a window. Nope. Nope. I don't remember if I already got the payment. I want to say no. But yeah, I did. I apparently already got book. Again, singular book. Just oh. What is the hell again? Excuse me, I can't walk over there because there's a bottle in the way. Oh, right, because I never got drool. So because it is chapter 2, we can actually get the photo album. Thank goodness, because I like the windows. Because it has all the stuff I actually need for like the other adventures I tend to use. All of them literally don't become available until after much later in the game, where it really does feel like quite a late time getting. Anyways, there's a fireplace with no active fire. There we go. There's specifically that window. No other windows count. Ever been someone wants to take a picture of a window that isn't in his house? Yeah, that is clearly a window. I was gonna ask about the curtains, but never mind. Pretty sure one of them is a chandelier, but yeah, no, we're just gonna say that. Yeah, I know. Oh wait, no, it's pocket. Which I don't think is. Nope. Okay, you would think I would remember, considering especially since I've taken notes. Yeah, despite this, I'm treating this like I'm actually going to be using any of the rewards. Not, but I feel much better knowing that I did get it rather than just. Where's he again? There you are. It kind of just looks like a tree I'm gonna be real with you. You know what? I will make a joke. Somehow this tree for the PS2 still looks better than Sword and Shield's tree. A game that came out in like early 2000s versus a game that came out in 2018. I think it's 2018. Still has better trees than Sword and Shield. Oh wait, hold up. Because while he might be the first recruit, that's not the only one we can get. I think most of the recruits are literally gonna be in palm trees. That's a rifle. Those are supposed to be deer horns, but could have fooled me. Yeah, even in here, like, we get a name for his mother, but we don't see who she actually looks like. Yet. Yeah, you don't even have to, like, directly build it up. Yeah, that's clearly a chance to take a picture of. Oh, yeah. Yeah, anyway, that moon picture I was standing up, that's literally for a recruit. Because he's asking, because he's gonna ask for a picture of the moon. Specifically, that's just that robot. No other robots. Specifically, that dresser. No other dressers will count. I guess, but like, out of all the dressers we could have encountered, let's just get the photo album. What's in the photo album? Pretty much any pictures that you save. Here. And because I have multiple cards, you can just save them, and at most you can save up to 50 pictures for each one. But yeah, this is totally spoilers. Because that's the train I was referring to that can fly. But no, I mainly just get it off screen so that you don't have to see the glorious practice of having to go through the photo album, copying over to here, and saving them to my ideas. I'm gonna try and avoid that, so you don't have to see all that tediousness. Otherwise, keep pestering him until he gives you a final amount. Oh, wait, hold up. And that's clearly a palm tree, right? Oh, yes. Oh, yes, that clearly looks like a fish. This registers as a stove, but I'm going to take a picture of the meat. Oh no, let me see if I get a better picture. Maybe I'm just forgetting shit, but I could have sworn. Nope, I'm just an idiot. Nope. Boy, chestnuts. You only need one. Like, and the only place you can find it in. Imagine if you'd gone to all those floors and you still hadn't gotten one. That would be embarrassing. I think I have all those. Literally one. Yeah, I'm fine. Oh god, this room. Alright. There's one for the telescope. Guess where the telephone is? Guess it took me longer than I'd like to admit. If you guessed at the corner where you couldn't see from the camera, you'd be correct. And it's just a phone. Actually, hold on, because I'm pretty sure I can make the bell trigger. Oh, and the grenade launcher. I forgot about that. I forgot already. Alright, that's embarrassing. I just don't have it anyway. Which means I'm gonna have to find it. Because I forgot. That's a lie, saying that it's in chapter 1. No, it isn't. The earliest you can get is chapter 2. Okay. Let's see. We need a fountain. We need a phone that was apparently so hard to find because it's hidden off in front of the camera. And we need a tree. Ta-da!
Say cheese.
How much for a bag? Don't have the materials for it. Nope, I'm missing 7 scrap metal. Well, shit. Oh, you know what? It's probably somewhere that I forgot. Because you can actually make a bone ring. Kind of a shame that I don't remember where the bone is. That's interesting. I think that the clues are probably going to be the last thing I did. Because the rest of this time is going to be spent grinding up the rest of my weapons. Or the rest of them maybe too. Because the brass swords, chances are that's not going to be until chapter 3. And the limited time space that you have that have Lynn in chapter 3. The swords, the guns, those are going to be all fine and good. Because everything else is going to be a pain. And, you know. How I meant to go. let's not forget. Let's forget another game over somehow. Might help, because it might before we would actually get the boots. But actually on the chapter, it's like what, 3 other floors, and that's kind of it. Then the rainbow butterfly, and then the georama. Well, no, that's backwards. It's the georama, and then the butterfly. Be my friend. Whoa. I love how that's the thing that you just like to actually recruit characters. Anyways, I hope you like puzzles, because this one's kind of simple. Like, really goddamn simple. So simple, I'm surprised that there's actually a guide showing you what you need to do to solve it. Nice camera angle. Yeah, thank you. Actually, where is that dude? Usually running around. There you are, Rufio. Need to show him a picture of the moon. Also, very unfortunate name. Imagine being named after. God, right. A few people I'm not going to be recruiting because you need to catch a fish, a big fish that I can't be bothered fishing for. Oh wait, did I take a picture? Probably didn't, because I just went inside the church and then bounced. That's not even the recruit I'm worried about. It's the sheriff. But oh boy, do I love time trials. I actually don't mind it, but the fact that you don't have any means to go faster is not exactly the best feeling. Also, where the oh yeah, this dude replaces him. I'm not taking the picture of the kid. What the okay. Oh, you know what? It probably isn't this one. Because there's one I showed you have to take a picture of that has like stained glass and an emblem. That ain't it. I'm gonna get rid of this moon picture. Got him. Oh, you know what? That reminds me. It's probably. Because I need Polly as well. And Malane. Yeah, you just need to bring out a Sandbreaker. Or... I feel like you can either bring out a Sandbreaker or... Why am I drawing a blank? I know the Sandbreaker can. Or the Chopper. Sandbreaker or the Chopper. Just like the other one, you don't necessarily have to build up the weapon. You just... Wait. You're drawing blanks for no fucking reason. So we're gonna make fun of how we're making things with inventions. Too bad we can't actually make crunchy bread. But we can make premium chicken, which is still in this game, which is also a full and healthful story. Oh no. Anyway. Yes. I really have to talk to these two again. Let me just tell you, that's not the walk back I'm worried about. I also gotta love how we keep the bread as well. Alright. Okay. And for one of the worst recruits I have to deal with. That isn't the fishing one. Or Spaden. I will never stop hating on Spaden. Because I fucking hate golf. But yeah, you just have to go to the boat, interact with the boat, and run back. Something I seem to keep forgetting because it's like... If you try to go back without interacting with the boat, you just have to restart anyway. That's a waste of 2 minutes. Or less. Oh my god. Fucking interact with the boatman. That is way too soon. And after thinking, oh, I should be fine. No. There needs to be that exclamation point. God forbid we gave you the freedom to actually interact with stuff that doesn't have a big blinking red icon. And again, the camera does me no favors. That might have cost me, actually. I could have just kept the corners. Yeah, no, that definitely cost me. You know, if the exclamation point didn't do it, then me not cutting corners did. I hate this with a burning passion. And the thing is, and the thing that pissed me off more than anything is the fact that when I was doing this blind on my own, I got it the first strike, and it's like, oh, that's not too bad. And then I realized, oh, this can actually be a bit of a pain. Because you have to make sure you're not interacting with any NPCs. And if that happens, there goes your timer. But okay. I don't even know if putting the camera behind you helps. Oh, sorry for cutting corners there. Oh my god. Again. Probably gonna happen again. Probably gonna happen again, and I'm gonna have to do this again. Yeah, no, it's looking about the same. Oh, Oh, it has to be up 2 minutes and 1 second. Not. I could have sworn it had to be less than 2 minutes. Okay. Oh, it counted. That's all that fucking mattered. Oh my god. I swear that barely caused me any issues prior. You know what? Maybe I should at least know what I mean with the photo. Yes, I have 2 photo albums. All of us has potential spoilers. We'll see you later. Let's see, you know what, since I'm gonna be getting the sandwich. Sandwich. I don't think it's in. So. And some. Yeah, no, it definitely isn't. Oh, no. No, don't save over that. Instant flag. Billboard. Oh no, because I also had to take pictures from the mayor's house. Delete. I think it is. Oh, no better time to find out than that. No time to find out more than that. And the mayor was also a recruit, but again, the only reason you want to recruit him is for the medals. Is to get the medals. Yeah, I already got it. Okay. Don't tell me I forgot where the horn is. Yeah, wonder what it is. He gives you a hint of what the fuck thing is, but it's literally 1221. I'm going to double check right now. Fucking the horn. Oh, fuck. That's why, because that's just chapter 3. And I'm pretty sure I don't have a picture of the horn. Oh no, I do. I do, and I didn't fucking check. I'm an idiot. Now notice that it doesn't save it as points for the photos they've taken. You still have to take a picture of it yourself instead of getting it from the photo album. Which we're gonna be doing anyway, because we're gonna be taking pictures like a madman. Okay, let's try this again. Handbreaker still sucks.
Say cheese.
But it still gives you the antique sword if you build it up. Yeah, that's gonna be a lot, isn't it? That's a whole lot that I don't have. Oops. I was gonna love how you can go back to the fishing swamp as if you want to go back there and fish. Oh yes, I'm gonna go to the one place that doesn't have anything besides a fishing spot. When apparently there are other fishing spots throughout the dungeons, which I've never bothered with. Because I know I'm gonna need at least a handful of this stuff. It's a good thing to have this now. God forbid, I'm probably gonna need a shit ton, especially the sticky glaze. Oh, good God Almighty! And the scrap metal. Oh my God, the scrap metal is gonna be a shit ton. This. Oh, you thought I was gonna build this up? No. Oh, it's rough rocks. Not sturdy. Oh. Shit. At any point that we save a carrot, you know, for the one recruit that needs a carrot. And there is one. We're not going to be fishing. At least I hope I don't want to. This. I'm going to be buying a lot more sticky clay, especially later on, since that's going to be important. A lot more important than I realize. Because holy shit, getting 99 sticky clays for one invention was not something I thought would be on my bucket list. I should mention that the NPCs that used to be here, they get replaced by someone else they know. But why in God's good green earth would you replace with someone who doesn't know anything about weapons? Tempting as it may sound to keep it for the antique sword, no. Good God, no. And we'll be building up to the bell trigger anyway. Down need it. No, I already have it because Max has it. I think that's mostly gonna be it for recruits. I wanted this to be the last thing I do before I hunker down and grind, because yeah, I know I'm not going to be doing all that on stream, especially when that's the boring part of it. Plus, we've already done quite a bit already. I could do the rest of the floors, but then it would just be Steve doing everything. Which wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. But I want to make sure I have my stuff covered so that it's not just Steve doing everything. Why would you not need to make sure you know? Okay. Okay. Ask him to make the bell trigger, but you're not gonna ask him to shoot it to make sure that it works? Then again, what do you expect from a gun that looks like a bell? This one shoots BBs. I think that's gonna be it for the recruits. There's like, yeah, I think there's one that requires fishing, which I'm not doing. There's one that requires Fada, which I'm not sure if I even want to do. And there's one that's actually gonna be brought to you by story progression anyway, so that's really fun. And then there's one other one that requires like the fish contest, which I'm not even sure I want to do, even though it gives you nice rewards. I'm missing. What am I missing? What am I missing? What am I set myself? Oh yeah, Clay. You actually. Oh yeah, and on. Those two actually do need. And needs a picture of. I think she needs a picture of the flower that you see at the end of the rainbow forest. And Pawn needs quote unquote golden paint. It's not actually paint, it's from a golden age. But that's it. About it. And we're never gonna get to those yet. I'm tired. Oh. That's right. I need to stop saying, oh, hopefully I can get to it in a sooner pace. Because I always seem to curse myself every time I do. Hopefully. Fingers crossed the next time I see it. What? Oh, what? Oh, what? Oh my gosh, it is 3 floors that's left. Because it's just this and this floor, which I think is a white seal floor, which prevents you from healing. And then the boss room, which we need to come back to anyway, after we've done the Giovanni. Well then. Alright, we'll clear these 2 out, and then we're done. Scooter. And she's in. Oh, my knee just rolling around in a tank. A very fitting makeshift tank. Oh, speaking of tanks. More baits. And especially around at this point in the game, it'll start from like enemies and chests. You'll get a lot more materials to like build up the Giovanni. Just in case you don't go out of your way to buy it. Which, to be fair, considering how many quantities you need of this stuff, you're probably going to end up buying anyway. So that's unless you're me, and you go through dungeons multiple times to the point where you get a shit ton of materials, then it becomes a moot point. And I wish I was kidding. Yeah. You talk about guys, we see Griffin right there. No, it's a tiger. Or you get stuff like that happen with the gun, where it just veers off in a completely different direction. Or because it missed a target that moves slightly to the left or right. Granted, I have had issues with, like, the melee arms as well. More specifically, the fact that it becomes unwieldy if you do it untargeted. And you only have, like... Actually, it applies to both of them. You don't have, like, a charge attack for either. You just have, like, a button press. That's upsetting. Especially since... Actually, no, besides the gun, it doesn't have one either. But the brass swords, the sword, and the wrenches have one. Yeah, no, it was a joke about Steve being the best one, considering that even in this pussy, he's just 1 or 2 shot and shit. Guess your name is a fucking mimic. Hey. Yeah, he did. Nice. Already had it. shortest wipeouts. Chances are you're gonna be doing them with Steve. Okay. Big seal. Oh, another one. Yeah, it's a white seal. Yeah, you can't heal in this one. Oh no, I can't heal. Better call Steve. Oops. That's what's gonna happen every time. Oh, it's just a fucking fox. Yes. Oh no, that also reminds me. Because even at this point, there's not all the geostones. Because what I realized was that there's also geostones in the star paths. And it's like, if you're going through getting 100% anyway, why would you be getting geostones at this stage? Like, you already got everything. You're just kind of like getting the rest of the requirements. I don't get it. Such a weird way. Oh no, I can't put any more bread. Also realize that we barely use Monica. That should change by the time we get to the next chapter. There's gonna be a lot of times where I'm kind of going to be using Monica. Especially since I'm hopefully not going to be using Steve all that much. You know, considering I've used him for most of this chapter. And that's mainly going to be because I'm going to make sure that I get the most out of my upgrades for the classics. Also because, well, the end of the chapter, which, yeah, you're going to be using Monica. Damn better make sure you do. Otherwise it's going to suck. Right? You're dead. I'm still not sure how comfortable I am with it juddering around with those legs. Makes it like it's very unstable, considering that it's very tiny caterpillar legs on a huge fucking top part. Kinda seems like it could fall over at any minute. I say that, but then we get to the roller legs, and it makes even less sense. Oh, don't get me started on the propeller legs. Those things, like, you're on a fucking heavy body, and you're expecting it to fly with propellers? Yes, thank goodness for the jet huddle. Otherwise, it would probably be worse. Of course, it's like the last thing. Oh my god, that's right, because I never got a single treasure key. Or I might as well. To at least show what happens if we try to go into this floor without doing anything. And I do mean not doing anything, because, yeah. It's a rainbow that we can't take a picture of because it's not an idea. Gee, I wonder what it is. Yeah, no, you need like this. You need like a sundew. You need like a seed that increases the growth of it. Kind of like the fucking Wise Owl Forest. That hasn't changed for some uncertain reason. Okay, now we're oh. Ow. Yeah, no, I'm really tired. Kind of wish I wasn't, considering this week hasn't been too bad. I say, as I'm trying to not break into insanity. Hint, hint. But no, I'm fine. That's pretty good. I'm gonna try and get some food. I'm actually trying to get some nap. I'm actually trying to make sure that I'm not neglecting any sort of errand that we should. Hoping anyway.